Hi guys. Today one of my favorite pheasant tail variants, Flashback PT. So I've started my thread right where the bit is, and I'm going to continue with it all the way along the hook shank. For the tail, Chinese cock, about 5-6 fibres, and I'm going to tie them down right on the top of the hook shank. Simply 2 turns will do. So now I've tied in my ribbing material, and I'm going to continue with the thread all the way up to the bead. You need to make sure that the fibres and the wire stays in place in order to create simple flat body. For the hooks from size 14 upwards, I'm always going for a large size tinsel. For this particular fly as a Peacock is orange. I've tied it down orange side up, and I'm going to continue with a touching turns of thread all the way back to the tail. Along the way, obviously we need to take care to keep our tinsel directly in top and in the center of the hook shank. If this is all done correctly, on a finished fly, our tinsel will be directly on top of the body. For the body, pheasant tail, feather, fibres, I'm always trying to look for the darkest shade of a brown colour. It just simply works the best for me. So I've tied my fibres by the tips, and I'm continuing with my thread back to the bead, again touching turns. Now I can start to create my tapered body. That's it done, and also the bait is locked in place. Now I'm going to wrap my fibres around the body. It's worth to mention that for a hook size from 14 upwards, so 12, 10s, 8s, I think the maximum amount of fibres that should be used is about 4 or 5. This is simply due to the fact that tapered shape comes from the way we wind the thread, and if we use more fibres, or if we start to twist them or just round that, we'll have the body which will become too big. Cut away the excess. So now I draw the tinsel towards the hook eye. Make sure it stays right on top of the body. I've done the 2 turns with my thread, and now I'm going to pull the tinsel, maintaining the tension on the thread, and I'm going to do additional wrap, holding everything in place. And doing it this way also will help later on with a rib. While I'll be ribbing the body, the tinsel will stay in place. Cut away the excess. Now I'm going to do the ribbing over the entire body. It's usual 5 turns. Now just a small pinch of Hares for that to create the impression of the legs. A couple of threads are directly behind the bit, and the whip finish will create the hotspot collar. Cutting the excess off. And now, of course, a wee bit of a varnish all around the collar to secure our thread, make the fly more durable. That's a ready fly. Thanks very much for watching.